This is No Agenda.
Continue our experiments so that we are ready to be the new stewards of the environment. But the problem is when you start putting up chemicals and you start doing atmospheric experiments, you start to impact agriculture, food supplies, watersheds. You start to impact everything that we depend upon for life on Earth. And what happens if their programs go awry? And when they were asked this, they said, "Well, then it's just an experimental program. Well, if someone gets hurt or harmed, well, so what?" Their attitude was very cavalier about this. And Professor Benford actually wrote a program about the Arctic, and they said in his article, he even said, "Well, if something goes wrong, why it will wash out eventually in the long term. And if you have to sacrifice a few people or an area like the Arctic,
so what?
Then that's okay because it's all in the realm of scientific study."
Ah, yes.
The science is in.
So I think
and scientists at work.
So I think that's pretty conclusive, and I encourage everyone to go see that and stop using the chemtrails word because it just deems you as an idiot. And I've certainly been at the forefront of that. But persistent jet contrails, I think, is without a doubt what we're seeing in the skies above us, and we're being experimented on.
Well, the one thing that did turn up quite a bit in the literature, especially in the 60s, and then much later, it turns out, which is possibly the way you could create flooding in certain areas, it turns out that the cheapest way to get clouds to form is using carbon particulate in the atmosphere.
Right.
And the absolute easiest way to get the carbon particulate up there is to take a regular jet fighter and turn on the afterburners and go at subsonic speeds, and it just throws a bunch of dirt in the air.
Yeah, those are
the black cloud.
That's what she actually said. She studied that. That's the black persistent jet contrails. She has all kinds of different words for it, but
the only way you can get that, the only way you're going to get that black smoke out of a jet is by turning on the afterburners at speeds that don't support its use.
It's like burning shit up.
It's just it's like it's a bad, it's like you're just like when you don't get enough oxygen to a flame and it's all sooty.
Yeah, it gets all smoky. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, not just smoke, but soot smoke, which is a specific type of smoke.
Anyway,
we'll follow.
I find, it's not just, for me, it's not just, we'll follow it, because
I think I'm going to just, we'll follow it and move to Paraguay.
Well, it's happening everywhere. This is the thing. It's like when I throw up a picture of a persistent jet contrail over the house here, which is right over the Hollywood water reservoir, I get pictures from everywhere. And it is new. It is something that's been happening since around 1992, and these are experiments. We're being experimented on, and no one is being honest about it. They should just, we should at least have a vote. If we all say, okay, all right, it's a good idea, then at least we voted about it, and we had some honest information.
There's not a democracy.
No, and
but it's not a democracy. It's a republic, and our leaders, our great leaders, the one who told us that we're going to have an attack in 3 months back in January.
Something will happen.
Our great leaders make these decisions for us.
Yeah, great leaders.